Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Thydee. In this video I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a kimono top. Now I folded my fabric into 4. This is the folded edge and the 2. This is a folded edge, this is another 4. So I folded it into 4 and this is the center front. So you fold the yardage. If you have 2 yards, then you fold it along the yardage line. You fold it into 2. Then along the length as well, you fold it into 2 to make 4 times. Okay, so this is what I have, and I'll be inserting my measurements right now. This area is going to be where my neck would be spotted out. So why this part would be for my sleeve. Okay, so I don't want any seam on the shoulder line at all. So this is the shoulder line, while this is the hem line, the down part of the top, and this area, this side, is the center front. And from here to here I'll measure 4 inches. 4 inches. From the edge here down, I'll measure 3 inches. Okay. Then my chalk, I'll draw the curve, the neckline. This is a very light fabric. Okay. So once I'm done with that, then from here to here I'll measure 26 inches, which is my length from the back of my neck, okay, down to where I want the sleeve to stop. Mine is 26 inches, so from here to here I have 26. Okay. So now I'm going to note my shoulder. Okay, now here, from here to here is 8 inches. That's my shoulder. Okay, and from my shoulder I will measure 12 inches. And here as well I will measure 12 inches. Okay, now the 12 inches here, this line is going to be like my chest line for me, because there's going to be a seam here, there's going to be a seam here, and the seam is going to start from the 12 inches. You know, my arm is going to come out from it. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do, because by the time I wear it, I want my arm to come out and I want like a stitch line here. Okay, so this is like my chest line. This is going to represent my chest line. Then my waist is 17.5 or probably 18 inches. Then my hip is going to be like 9 inches below this line. Okay, so the stitch line is going to start from the chest line down to the waist, then like that. Okay, now the chest line is mine, round bust. I'm going to place my round bust measurement there. It's divided by 4. But before I divide it by 4, I'm going to add like 4 inches to it, or maybe 3 inches. So if I add like 3 inches to it, that will give me 12 inches. Round bust measurement plus 3 divided by 4. That's 12 inches. Okay, and for the waistline, my waistline divided by my waistline plus 4 inches divided by 4. By my calculation, I have 10.75. Okay, and for my hip plus 4 divided by 4, I have about 13.5 here. Okay, so now I'm going to run my stitch from the chest line here down to the waistline, then to down to the hip line, then from the hip line you extend the line like this. Okay, I'm not going to trim this. I will leave it the way it is, because if I trim I may end up making it shorter, and I don't want that. The fabric is not stable at all, so I need to make use of everything. I need to just maximize what I have right now. Okay, so this is what I have, and this part of course is going to be part of what I want. Okay, so my stitch line is going to start from here. I'm not going to cut anything, nothing. The only thing I'm going to cut is the neck line. Okay, can you see that this is very, very simple, very simple. So I will just pick my scissors and cut the neckline. That's why I'm going to just leave it the way it is. The front and back is going to be the same thing. Okay, so this is going to be the neck. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now to make things easy for me, I'll use my pins. I'll make use of my pins. Very important for me. Why? Because this fabric is very, very, very light. Very light, I'm telling you. So I don't know how to even go about stitching it. So what I need to do is just to use my pin and pin together. So I'm putting the pins there along the line that I drew. So this is going to be my stitch line. So what I'm going to do, because I need to transfer this same line to the other side. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. So once I'm done pinning, I'll turn to the other side and make the line also visible on that side. What I want you to do here is that once you stitch, you're stitching like this. You don't need to even get to the hip. If you don't want to get to the hip line, you can stop your stitch maybe an inch before the hip line, or you can make it like that. Okay, or you stop it once you get to the waist. Just come down a bit, like 2 inches, 3 inches below the waistline, and you stop the stitch there. Now if you want to do this, that means you need to make an inner for it. So any time you want to wear it, and you can wear your inner before you put this on it. Okay, so right now I've done, can you see I've pinned? So I'll just put it on the right side and do the same I mark the same thing. So this is my pin. So just go with the pins and make the line visible. Let me measure maybe 2.5 inches and stop here. So I'm stopping here, 2.5 inches above. Then on the other side, 2.5 inches as well. Let me try to confirm if it's the same spot. Yeah, good, it's the same spot. Okay, so I'm sure you know how to do this. I'm sure you know. I won't be showing the stitching. If you're a beginner, of course, you should be able to operate your machine, your sewing machine. Just open it up. You need to bias the neckline. Then I'm going to remove the pins before I open it up. Can you see? So what I would advise you to do is to turn it to the right side. In fact, when you are making this kind of fabric, I would advise you actually do these markings on the right side. This marking, your stitch line, do it on the right side so that you just sew immediately. I will just sew here, down, sew here, down, going by my stitch, my markings. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to bias the neck and I'll show you the outcome. And you can also bias here as well, but I'll leave it this way. I'll leave it this way. So this is what you will do. This is the very, very simple. You can make this and you can wear it on anything. Okay, once I'm done, I'll put it on the mannequin for you guys to see.